Hey, welcome back everyone to the Glamry Shop, and if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on how to get your own distressed jean shorts. All up and down my Instagram timeline, I have seen these shorts and I have seen these women pull them off. They look fabulous, they look like amazing, and so I was like, can I pull that off? Yeah, I think I can. So let's get right into it. Okay, so for this project, you're gonna need your own pair of jeans. I always suggest you thrift the pair of jeans that you're gonna use. I would not use a pair that I really like from my closet unless you have a pair that you rarely ever wear because you don't like the cut on them or anything like that. Then you can use those. Otherwise, go to the thrift store, get your own pair of jeans, make sure that they're 100% cotton or as close to it as possible. You need your sanding block. I've got an 80 grit here. Doesn't need to be anything too coarse. You need a seam ripper, some tweezers, a good pair of fabric scissors, some tailor's chalk, and of course your measuring tape. Okay, so now that you have your jeans on, what you want to do is go ahead and mark where you're going to do your cutoffs. So for the outside seam, you're going to want to figure out where you're comfortable having your jeans come up to. Me personally, I'm like kind of the widest part of my hips, so I'm thinking I'll go ahead and put a mark here. And then for my inseam, the same thing. You're going to figure out what's comfortable for you. And I figure right about right here. So that's where I'll go ahead and put my mark. Don't worry about making a mark on the other side because we will go ahead and measure what it is from the top of the waistband down to where you made your mark so that we can make the mark on both ends. Okay, so now that we've made our marks, I'm going to go ahead. I've grabbed a blue pencil. It is water soluble, so once we wash it, you won't be able to see it anymore. So I made my mark here, so I'm just going to go through there again so I can see it a little bit better than the light mark that I made. And then the same thing on the thigh. I've got my little mark here that I'm going to make. Then I'm going to take my measuring tape and from the mark that I made all the way up to the waistband is 11 inches. So keep that in my mind. Now I'll go ahead and on the other side, do the same thing the other way. And I'll measure it 11 inches down from the waistband. Make my mark. Okay. And then I'll do the same thing here on the inner thigh. I'm going to measure from my mark to my seam, and that's about 4.5. So if I can get this straightened out, we'll do the same thing over here, and it'll be 4.5. And I suggest that you make these on the back side just in case you don't get it perfectly straight. You can see where the marks are supposed to be and then you can kind of clean it up. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that you've made your marks, you can go to the cutting. I'm gonna say that if you're scared to make your first cuts, cut a little bit underneath it, try it on and make sure it's really where you want it to be, or it is as short or as long as you kind of want it to be. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cut just a a little bit. Because honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little scared about this crotch area. So I just don't want it riding up on my goods. Yeah. So that's gone. And let's do the other side. Same thing, I'm gonna cut a little bit underneath it. Okay, and then I'm gonna try these on. Okay, so here's my cutoffs. And I have to say, I am a little bit happy with the angle. I'm happy with where it is right here because mostly I'm like happy that it's not like how I've been seeing them, you know, a little bit too much butt hanging out. So, so I'm happy with where it's at. Now, I am going to go ahead and bring up the thigh part just a little bit. So that's why I said it's better to cut them a little bit longer than what you think, and then to get them way too short and then you're like, oh yeah, these are trash. Okay, so now we're to the distressing part. So you can see I've already started here, but this is where your seam ripper is gonna come in handy. And essentially all I'm gonna do is, you can see the white fibers and the blue fibers, and all I'm gonna do is pick at the white fibers and pull them up. And this is going to be the most time consuming. You'll find like different methods here, and I personally like this one because to me, once I washed it, it came out the way that I wanted it to come out. I know that some people are like, oh, well, you don't even have to do that. You can just rub it on the cement, or you can rub it here, or you can just kind of do like this with your hands and, you know, put it in the wash, and the washing machine does the rest. And they're not incorrect, because there's a lot of different ways to do the distressing, but I liked, like I said, the effect doing it this way. And so honestly, if you've got the patience and you've got the time, because this is the most time consuming part, this is what you're going to need to do. So I'm still picking at it. It'll probably take me like another 15-20 minutes, honestly. This is like the third pair I've done. Okay, so I have finished doing all of my work to give it that distressed look at the bottom. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this took me about an hour and a half to do. That 15 minutes was a lie. But I really, you know, I feel really passionate about doing it this way, just because, like I said, I've tried other different ways, and this is the look that I liked the best. So anyway, so now that we've got all of that done, that's ready for the wash. But I want to do a couple of more things here to give some more distressing. To make these rips, they're not small, I'm going to take the seam ripper, and I'm going to hold the fabric and attempt to go down the line that I created here. And it would help if you can hold it as tight as you can. You could probably also do it with scissors. Not sure why I struggled there. And same thing, I'll get it started with the seam ripper at the top, and then I'll put my scissors in. Okay, so that is the outline of what I want to do, and then I'm just going to do a couple more here. Same thing. Just kind of go and make my middle strips here. And then once I've got that done, this is where you get that sanding block, and you're gonna just rough it up here. Rough it up, rough it up. Anyways, yeah, you just want to rough it up to get the unraveling started. One tip that I forgot to say is you definitely need a vacuum cleaner because the amount of dust and fibers everywhere is insane. Okay, so once I've done that, that looks pretty good to me. The washing machine will do the rest. I'll go ahead and make a couple of more, and then I'm gonna throw these in the washing machine so you guys can see how they look. Okay, so here's the finished product. And this is how the ones that we worked on during this project came out. And then these next ones are of the shorter version that I cut out before. Until next time, thanks so much for joining us at the Glamry Shop. And remember to subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.